The sun had long since disappeared behind the mountains, leaving the sky in a soft violet hue as Claire stood at the edge of the cliff. The wind tousled her hair, carrying with it the salty scent of the ocean far below. The quiet was almost suffocating, and yet, in the stillness, something stirred inside her, a memory, a feeling, something she couldn't quite place. She had returned to this place after years of being away, after abandoning it all, her childhood, her family, the life she once knew. The village at the foot of the cliffs seemed unchanged, as though time had slowed down and forgotten this corner of the world. It was the same, yet so different. Claire's footsteps had led her here, to this very spot, where as a child she would sit for hours, watching the waves crash against the rocks. The sound of the ocean had always calmed her, but tonight, it was different. There was a strange hum in the air, a deep, resonating note that seemed to vibrate through her very bones. She sat down on the cold stone, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the sky and sea merged into one indistinguishable mass. And then she heard it, a faint sound at first, just a whisper carried by the wind. But then it grew louder, clearer, a voice. Not hers, but someone else's. It was an echo of a voice she thought she had forgotten. Claire. Claire, her heart skipped a beat. The voice was soft, distant, but it was unmistakably familiar. Her mother's voice. It had been years since she had last heard it. Her mother had passed away when Claire was just a teenager, leaving her with only memories and unanswered questions. The grief had driven her to leave everything behind, to run from the past. But now, here, at this very spot, her mother's voice echoed across the distance, calling her back. Claire stood up, her pulse quickening. The voice seemed to come from the cliffs themselves, from the very rocks she had played on as a child. She walked toward the edge, peering into the darkness below. The sound was so real now, so close, as though her mother were right there beside her, her presence unmistakable. Claire. Claire, the voice was louder this time, filled with a longing that Claire could feel deep within her chest. She closed her eyes, letting the echo wash over her. She remembered her mother's laughter, the way her warm hands would cup Claire's face when she was upset, the smell of her favorite perfume that still lingered in the corners of Claire's memory. But the echo was not just a memory, it was something more, something alive. Claire opened her eyes and stared out into the vast emptiness, wondering if it was all just a trick of her mind. She hadn't wanted to believe in ghosts, in whispers from the past. But the echo, the voice, it felt so real. Come back, Claire. Come back, a chill ran through her. She turned quickly, looking around, expecting to see anyone. But there was nothing. The wind had died down, leaving only silence in its wake. The voice had disappeared as quickly as it had come. Her breath came in short gasps, her hands trembling. The echo still hung in the air, but it was fading, slipping through her fingers like sand. She had heard it, though. She was sure of it. And yet, as she looked over the cliff one last time, she couldn't help but wonder if it had ever truly been there. With a heavy heart, Claire sat back down on the stone, the weight of the past pressing on her chest. She had run away from her family, from her roots, and from the things that had shaped her. She had thought she could outrun the pain of loss, but the echo, the voice, it had brought it all rushing back. Perhaps it wasn't just a memory after all. Maybe it was a call, a reminder that no matter how far she ran, she could never truly escape the people who had once been everything to her. As the stars began to twinkle overhead, Claire sat in the silence, the distant echo of her mother's voice still lingering in her mind. Maybe, just maybe, it wasn't the past calling her to return. Perhaps it was the future, asking her to finally find peace with what she had lost and to accept that the echoes of love never truly fade, no matter how far you go.